All right, ladies and gents, this is the moment you have all been waiting for, the EU Challenger Cup Finals for Week 3. This is brought to you by hi-rez Studios, Tier Monster, Owlhead Studios, and Discord. We're going to have Forsaken and SmileyFace battling it out for first and second place. We already have our third place seeding, and that will be Exist, followed by Juicy Gherkins in fourth place. So now we just want to see the top two dogs. I'm Tiger, and we have Merle here today. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to see the finals. We haven't been able to see any of Forsaken's games. These guys have formerly been known as the Myrmidons. They are former SPL members, unfortunately, lost in relegations for the spring split, looking to get back for the fall split, and I'm excited to see their games today.
Definitely. So, already got a couple of bands and picks coming out very quickly. Forsaken banding out a Kepri and a Raijin, and SmileyFace saying no Huyi and Susanuo. So once again, the Thunder duo not gonna see the light of day.
Yeah, nobody's really a fan of that. I mean, a lot of CC comes out from both of them, in addition to a high amount of damage. So definitely understandable. Kepri as well, the revive being a huge part, and Yi just a pain in the butt. So Kuang, we saw him 2 games so far. First game had a really big impact. Unfortunately, losing Road was unable to clinch the victory. The second game, once again, really not as impactful as one would hope. Dizoni tried his hardest, but wasn't able to find anything, especially with the Huyi matchup. Considering that Huyi is not a problem, I definitely expect some good play coming out.
But our drafts thus far: Forsaken taking the Ao Kuang, Isis, and Odin. SmileyFace drafting in the Apollo, Nemesis, and the Kumbhakarna. So I'd like to see a little wombo combo action, maybe a Scylla, but Forsaken has banned her out as well as the Giannis. So SmileyFace gonna retaliate with an Ares and a Bacchus ban, and we're gonna see the first Agni gameplay today.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, Agni got a minor buff to the Flame Wave scaling. He's still one of the most consistent mid laners in the game, but in the meanwhile, we have a Jing Wei pickup.
Yep,
And
and she will
that's her
see.
first time
This will
playing.
be her first. This will be her first game being streamed today as well. And last but not least, picking up that Sobek. I like the Jingwei passive because it gets her moving faster. It gets you back into the game faster, and it's every time you back. So you can go and place wards and back, and place more wards and back, and then place more wards and back before the game even starts. So Forsaken, I want to see them use that to their advantage early on.
Yeah, in addition to that, Jingwei has probably one of the better scalings into the late game, in addition to Huyi and Apollo. With the fact that Explosive Bolts, not only is it true splash damage, similar to Bellona's Bludgeon, where it will deal full damage if you're caught in that damage, if you're caught in the splash area. But in addition to that, popping Explosive Bolts also gives her bonus crit chance, so she's going to be dealing a lot of damage. And especially, she has really good all-in potential, so I'm excited to see how she plays out today.
Yep, should be a fantastic match. This is a best of 3, so I'm not even going to continue flapping my gum. Go ahead and jump into the first game: Forsaken versus SmileyFace for the win this week. So we're going to have that game to you in just a second. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gents, welcome to the first best of 3 game between Team Forsaken and SmileyFace. This is our last matchup of the day. Whoever takes the first 2 wins is going to win for this week and get their points for the round robin series. So I'm Tiger, here to introduce the boys in blue on the left side of your spectator UI. Forsaken, Mogao on Odin in the solo lane. Fly to safety on Ao Kuang in the jungle. Tins with Isis in the mid lane. Jermaine on the Jing Wei in the ADC role. And Dardes as support Beck, or
Awesome.
Sobek, in the support role.
Yep, coming outside of the top of your map, the right side of the spectator UI is Team SmileyFace. We've seen them already in one game today. We've got Jacob HL on Bellona, Solo, Samsa on Nemesis, Jungle, Just Jack running the Agni mid, Minos supporting as Kumbhakarna for Zygox on Apollo.
We've seen a little bit of what SmileyFace can bring to the table, but we haven't seen Team Forsaken today, so assuming they made it to this final round, they're nothing to sniff at. So we're already going to see the mid lane Tins not going to be able to clear out a little bit before Just Jack. Agni is not known for his awesome early game clear, so a little bit of understanding there.
Yep, especially considering that Tins has opted for a purple pot. He's definitely got bonus lane pressure, so definitely something to be afraid of and be wary of. Just Jack is playing the matchup pretty correctly, not going too aggressive at all, using the dash to go back into tower rather than fighting excessively into a wave.
SmileyFace taking a lot of damage in the dual lane from Team Forsaken. Even though they're pushed back right now, Jermaine and Dardes have already made their mark on Minos and Zygox respectively, and Minos getting pulled back with the pluck, gonna take a lot of damage. Jermaine continuing to just dutifully hack away at the Kumbhakarna. Go ahead and pop his passive early and take him out.
Yeah. Jermaine unfortunately not able to find the knockup from the persistent gust, but still able to deal a significant amount of damage as Fly to Safety comes in. The passive has been popped, and it looks like Jermaine will pick up first blood. Meanwhile, Tin's rotating here for Zygox.
And they're gonna find them quite easy. The first 2 kills going to Team Forsaken, completely wiping out that duo lane. So 2 minutes into the game, 2-0, and Forsaken have a pretty strong grip so far.
Yep. Looks really well for them so far. I mean, these guys are former members of the SPL, used to be known as the Myrmidons. So definitely expect high quality play coming out from them, and they definitely understand exactly what's on the line here in the Challenger Cup.
Indeed. And as mentioned, this is the best of 3, so there's a little bit of room for mistakes, but you don't want to go ahead and give that up. Fly to Safety here to help out Tins in the mid lane, but you don't have a lot of mana, so you have to be careful. Just Jack not going to be on the receiving end of that Spirit Ball as it was activated a little bit too late, and we're just kind of waiting for the first explosive team fight to really get this thing going even further. Mogao going to go ahead and get Samsa in the depths of his ring, and a beautiful Spirit Ball coming in, as well as Jacob HL running in on the Bellona. Samsa in a pretty bad spot, although the shield does give her back a little bit of help, but Jacob HL pushing out Tins, looking pretty low on that Isis. Good stun onto Just Jack, and there's going to be a nice disengage as everybody's either low on health or mana or both.
Yep. Meanwhile, Jermaine taking a fair bit of poke, but just Bax able to find his way into lane exceptionally quickly using the passive. So them looking to aggress here, find what they can. Zygox plucked out, but uses the purification, able to escape that.
Dardes and Jermaine going pretty deep. They're pretty confident, comfortable players, so I'm not surprised to see them go aggressive pretty early on. They're both level 5. They both have a lot that they can bring to the table, and with 2 kills up, they can kind of afford to be a little bit risky as long as it can pay off for them in the end. If it bites them in the butt, however, that's where SmileyFace can capitalize on the mistake.
Yeah. Minos taking a fair bit of poke from the boars, probably just going to back after this. Yeah, but still, Jermaine sitting relatively pretty already a level over. Zygox not able to find the persistent gust once again, but understanding very well that he has lane under his control.
Mid lane, pretty bare except for Just Jack clearing it out. Gonna use one of his ultimate charges to take that out and then send down the gas and get out of dodge. Whereas Team Forsaken taking advantage of these mid camps being up, gonna take the left one and the right one's already down, so no worries there. With no one in the mid lane to capitalize on, with 3 members of Team Forsaken there, I'm curious how they're gonna disperse and continue forward.
Yep, we just have a brief pause going here. It should resolve itself relatively quickly, so no need to take us out of the game. But just currently looking at the graphs here, we've got 1800 XP in favor of Team Forsaken, as well as 1500 gold. So currently sitting very pretty, exploiting that 2-kill advantage. Not, so much, but definitely working around it, preventing SmileyFace from being able to claim any sort of victory. If we compare item builds, once again, we're seeing a Kuang run with the Dynasty Plate Helm as the preferred instead of opting for that immediate Polynomicon. Get some bonus defense as well as some bonus penetration. Definitely going to pay out in their favor, as they don't really have a lot of counters to Kuang at the moment. Huge thing last game was that he had the pause resolves itself. So let's get back into the game.
Yep, Tim's gonna go ahead and back, low on mana, and with nobody here to fight. Why not take advantage of the quiet while it's still good? Instead, we're going to see Fly to Safety take these fire imps, and Jacob HL just going to be forced to go ahead and try and rotate. The mid camp is gone, so he's going to be able to reset that counter and Fly to Safety. Maybe try to intercept him a little bit, but instead we're going to see a little bit more interception in the duo lane as Jermaine and Minos going pretty hard. Zygox trying to flee, and Dardes hot on the heels, but they're going to let him go ahead and go as they pushed him out multiple times. Minos going to turn around and may be able to pluck him a little bit further, but Samsa in the backline as well. Jermaine going to be on the receiving end of the ultimate, trying to find it, but she's going to jump into the air with the ultimate and be completely fine.
Yep, airstrike there. Very smart play coming out, recognizing that there's not much that they had in the way of kill potential, but just guaranteeing the ability to escape. And early on, especially, airstrike doesn't deal a significant amount of damage. It's only about 200, a little more than that. So, Gold Fury being optioned here, having the Ice Assault further secure, definitely guarantees it. Not much that SmileyFace can do. Minos now caught out. Passive once again being popped, and the kill credit going to Tins this time as Samsa comes in, taking a fair bit of poke, just jacking himself. Also though, Fly to Safety, able to get in knock up onto Zygox, able to escape it as well. And Zygox
But by the skin of his teeth, he's still not going to last for long. Jermaine's going to come off, and now we have Bellona coming in with the Eagles rally. Jacob HL getting plucked back into Mogao, Tins, and Jermaine. Chaining those CCs is fantastic as Fly to Safety comes in with the finisher. So now 7:06 minutes and 32 seconds into the game, Forsaken are slowly turning this into what could be a pretty devastating snowball.
Yep. At the moment, just looking at the graphs, 5,000 XP lead, 4,000 gold difference right now. 7 kills on the board, 0 for SmileyFace. And as it stands, Jermaine sitting very happily, 3-0 and 3. Tins also 3-0 and 1. And you've got Fly to Safety sitting at 1-0 and 5, definitely having a huge impact on the outcome of these team fights.
Definitely, and the outcome of the team fights is really what's going to try and hopefully bring SmileyFace from the depths, or at least put them on board for now, as they have no kills. They're behind about 4,000 experience and almost 4,000 gold. So Forsaken doing a very good job of shutting them down thus far. Minos and Zygox doing a fair job in the duo lane, but for the most part, all of SmileyFace are starting to feel the repercussions of having such a downed lead.
Yep, Darda is unable to find the pluck, pops his ultimate as they are aggressing in onto Minos.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that epic uppercut to bounce out of the way, and Zygox avoids any damage as well. Samsa ulting Dardes, but Mogao over on the other side gonna be able to take out Jacob HL before anything else can happen. Samsa gonna go ahead and back, and Jermaine still sitting high and pretty, waiting on some kind of opportunity to take out Minos, Zygox, or both, because they've proved time and time again the damage is there. Just look at how much that chunked Zygox, and that's at range, not even including just an auto attack.
Yeah, I love Persistent Gust. I love Jingwei's kit as a whole, honestly. She has a lot of it is auto attack based. I mean, explosive bolts and agility as well. Give true splash autos in addition to a hastened fatalis effect where you don't take movement speed penalties from an auto attack. So really what it comes down to is in terms of like damage that her kit has and not relying on auto attacks, really all she has is Persistent Gust and airstrike. One in her ult.
Mogao trapping Just Jack in the cage. Fly to Safety going to be credited with that last kill. It's Just Jack not able to take anybody from the grave with those ultimate bombs. So now, once again, another kill going to Team Forsaken. They tried to capitalize on something in the mid lane, weren't able to find it, and then still Team Forsaken were able to turn it in their favor as they have turned every single situation in the game thus far.
Yep. A little bit of a slap fight breaking out between Jermaine and Zygox, but nothing else really coming of it. Minos now rotating in, but Jermaine should be able to escape here.
Yep, looking for Jermaine. Epic uppercut is good, and Zygox gonna try and find the kill. And Minos doing a good job of body blocking, but now Dardes is here, and Jermaine up into the air, gonna be just fine.
Yep, airstrike coming out. successful disengage on his part. Not really finding any damage with it, but again, just holding it at level 1 here. Using it more for the utility aspect of it than the damage itself because of how potent Persistent Gust can be.
Indeed. 3 members of SmileyFace in the mid lane gonna go ahead and split those camps and split the minions, and the camp's not even gonna be able to get split because Forsaken gonna steal it out before anything else can happen. Left's gonna be coming up soon, so SmileyFace may be able to get a little bit of experience and gold on the board, but even now, Dardes is lurking about, attempting to get what he can. But over in the top right, looking at Eagles Rally is good onto Tins, trying to find him. The Isis ult is good, but not good enough as Jacob HL gets that kill. Just Jack caught in the midst of the Odin cage, but Fly to Safety gonna finish off Jacob HL with the execute and gonna probably come down onto Samsa and finish him off. Yep, that's a double kill for Dragon King, and now just Jack attempting to get away as quickly as he can, but Fly to Safety gonna get obliterated by the Agni. Gonna be able to trade themselves, but that's a 2 for 3, and it's still in Forsaken's favor, although SmileyFaces are now on the board.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a confidence boost for SmileyFace, guaranteeing that this isn't a total shutout. Able to shut down the Kuang after his 4th kill, so definitely a big factor there. In addition to killing Tims, there are 2 high-profile mages that are on the enemy team. So
Jermaine and Dardes still looking for Minos. Uppercut gonna be good onto Jermaine though. Do quite a bit of damage, and he's gonna get rooted. So Zygox, this is his chance, but the jukes are good, and Jermaine is still alive. Minos is trying to back, but Jermaine gonna fall to the Apollo. So a little bit too deep, maybe a little bit too cocky. The jukes are real for now, but it wasn't enough to keep him alive.
Yeah, both Meditate and Meditate was used in an attempt to keep Jermaine alive, but unfortunately not successful. So 3 kills now on the side of SmileyFace, each spread out on different characters. Bellona, just Jack on the Agni, as well as Zygox on the Apollo. So definitely a little bit of a confidence boost to all 3 of them, as they definitely didn't necessarily think they had the impact on the game that they did.
But they're gonna need a lot more impact and a lot more kills in order to take Forsaken off the pedestal that they are creating for themselves. 8,000 experience in favor. Fly to Safety adding on to that by taking out Jacob HL. And Samsa, Minos, and just Jack looking to try to make something happen out of Dardes, but not going to go on to the Sobek just yet. But now 9,000 experience in favor of the boys in blue, and over 5,000 gold as well. So Forsaken sitting nice and pretty right now.
As it currently stands, grouping of 3 in mid lane, Jermaine just going to back against Zygox, and meanwhile Mogao looking to take and clear out that tower before Jacob can get back. So
Minos has that passive proc, but Fly to Safety going to be able to get that last hit. Apollo coming in with the ultimate, not going to be able to finish anybody off, and just Jack taking a lot of damage. Fly to Safety going to be able to finish him off, and Fly to Safety taking out Zygox as well. So now they're looking at Samsa, or at least this tower, but Samsa in a pretty bad spot as Fly to Safety is right there. That shield's going to be enough to get a little bit of damage, but they're getting pretty greedy. But Fly to Safety with the bursting of the water clone, going to be able to find the Nemesis. Beautiful kill coming out. Fly to Safety still trying to get out in the back line, and Mogao going to be here to help him out. Phoenix Phoenix will take him out.
Yep, Phoenix there getting the kill credit, so while assists may go the way of Team SmileyFace, them not getting the actual shutdown definitely a big factor into that, as laughter erupting from Mogao there on the success of that escape for Fly to Safety. As it currently stands, that was an unofficial quadra kill.
The unofficial quadra. Forsaken continuing to demolish and extend their lead. 15,000 experience in favor of the blue, and 8,000 gold, but right now experience is where it counts. SmileyFace pretty stunted right now, and with all the experience and levels that Forsaken have over SmileyFace, these team fights are going to get worse and worse and more dire. And we're just going to see plays like Fly to Safety, what he just did throughout the entire game. Minos trying to make something happen with the epic uppercut on Jermaine. Not going to be able to get enough damage. And Dardes into the waters trying to get some damage. But Samsa coming in with the ultimate, going to ult Jermaine. Jermaine not going to be able to come down safely. Samsa, all he needs is one more hit, but he's going to be able to dash away. So Jermaine is still good. Not going to be able to lock him down. Mogao's here to try to do anything at this point. Going to get Zygox into the Odin ult. and Mogao gonna finish him off, and that is yet another kill onto his passive.
Yeah. Fly to safety now coming in. Dragon's water illusion. Unable to find the execute, still taking a lot of damage, but able to finish off Jacob HL. Walking away using purification to escape the Mez.
Fly is level 17. Mogao now level 17. Samsa level 11. 11.
Yeah.
Tin's taking out Distract in the mid lane as well with the assistance of Jing Wei. So there's absolutely, at this point, I don't think there's anything SmileyFace can do. This might be the time for a respectable F6 to go ahead and back off. No, just back off, take a step back, regroup yourself, and not continue through with this demoralizing game thus far.
Yeah. Honestly, the way it stands is this is probably the closest game to like a pure shutout that we've seen so far. For the longest time, there were no kills on the side of SmileyFace. So only about in the last 5 or so minutes have they been able to get those 4 kills. So it's really unfortunate for them. Honestly, because this is a best of 3, I see nothing wrong with them going for the noble escape, regroup their thoughts, able to find potentially a better game next time. But
Jermaine's able to get out of a sticky situation. Jacob HL going to be finishing up, but Mogao's going to trade for him. Jermaine's still being chased by Minos. Minos going in pretty hard, but Tin's here to go ahead and hopefully get a nice stun ball over the wall. Not going to be enough, but Minos has definitely learned his lesson, does not want to mess with them. There's a 5-level difference between the two of them. So Tin's doing a lot of damage, and Zygox finally here to join the party, but a little bit too late. Jermaine gets out fine, though.
Yeah, as it stands, Dardes and Mogao, both at the Phoenix line, decided to let Just Jack walk through past them, realizing they don't necessarily have the kill potential alone. Now looking to pick off Zygox as he is locked between 4 members of the team, able to use Purification
Dash
to
is
escape,
down,
but
Purification's
only
down. Mogao will take him down. So Zygox no longer a part in one of the higher damaging members of SmileyFace. So we're just kind of waiting to see at this point. SmileyFace, I don't think they're going to have as good of a defense as we've seen in previous games. So even though there's a little bit of taunting action going on, Dardes isn't going to fall for it.
Yeah, at this point, I think SmileyFace have recognized that it's a little bit more mind games. A GG pop coming out from Minos, potentially opting for the F6 here as the game continues on. 17 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. 23 kills on the board for Team Forsaken, 5-14 from SmileyFace as a fight looking to potentially break out here at the Gold Fury.
Before we get a fight, just want to go ahead and mark down 21,000 experience in favor of blue and 10,000 in favor with gold for blue as well. Tins to be on the receiving end of that ultimate. Eagles rally is good over the wall. Jacob Betrell looking for the Isis, but not going to be able to find her just yet as Fly to safety takes out Samsa in the back line. A couple of members stuck in the Odin cage as Zygox takes out Fly to safety. We're getting a little bit too cocky, but Jermaine going to finish off that ADC and just Jack as well in the meantime. Now Jacob HL in a pretty bad spot. It's Mogao and Jermaine are right there. They're probably going to be able to find him with the stun ball or something, but Mogao going to get it with the flick of the spear, and Minos the only one left. It's just proccing the passive, and there's a surrender vote.
Started, wouldn't be surprised to see it go through. Yeah. 18 minutes, 27 seconds on the clock. Team Forsaken taking the first win out of this best of 3 finals match in week 3 of the European Challenger Cup, 28-6.
Yeah, so this was the first match. There's still another one left. If Forsaken can show a dominant performance again, then they will take those seed points and be even closer to those regulation matches. But for the meantime, looking at the numbers real quick, SmileyFace just weren't able to put themselves on the board. Darda is the only one on Forsaken that wasn't able to get a kill. But I can't say the same for SmileyFace as Samsa 046, Minos 054. Just Jack managing to get 1 kill in the capitalization of an accident, which is at least good, able to sniff it out and find it. But a very decisive victory for Forsaken.
Yeah. Hopefully this isn't too much of a hit to the morale of SmileyFace. They can definitely pull it around for a game 2, potentially force the game 3. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and we will bring Game 2 of the finals to you very shortly. Stay tuned.